Yo, shalom, my people. It's your man's Quab.
Brother Shofar.
Yo, we about to go into one of these ones, man. This a deep joint right here, man. You know, like a lot of our people is caught up in religions, and one of the ones that a lot of our people caught up in is the Jehovah's Witness one. Now, it's a whole bunch of our people in it, and when these people come to our door on whatever day they choose to come, most of us look out the window and run away and hide.
Exactly.
Because a lot of us don't know what to say to them. It's just like, oh, they're so annoying. They're so annoying. But what we're going to go into today, we're going to give you the ammo to combat that. But not only combat that, to show them their error and bring them into the truth. So, without further ado, let's get into this.
Exactly. As I stated, that's one of the key things that we do when we see the Jehovah's Witnesses come to the door. You want to beat your feet. You don't want to deal with the doctrine. You don't want to deal with the fact that they're going to bring something that's contrary to what you have been taught. And one of the key things about the Jehovah's Witnesses is they're very diligent. They are very sincere in what they believe in. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, they got the majority of Christians put to shame because they have no problem going door to door and spreading what they think is the truth. Most Christians don't even do that. They don't care about getting out there to the highways and the byways and talk to anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it behooves us to be able to deal with our brothers and sisters, primarily of Negro descent, the true children of Israel, so that you can bring them out of this madness, as the ox stated. So let's get into it. Let's open up with the script. Revelations 12 and verse 9.
Revelations 12 and 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world.
So we see the chief adversary that we have was cast out, and he has deceived the entire globe. He is the one behind all organized religion, all of it. He has used various tentacles he has put out into the earth to bring confusion, so that in the end he can bring about a one world religious system. It was an ingenious plan, but it was completely wicked. So we're going to tangle with one of his tentacles today. Finish that off.
He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
And his angels was cast out with him. So they chief conspirators with him in this thing. So let's get into it. Let's check out some history. Let's get some background on what became known as the Jehovah's Witnesses, what started out as the Watchtower Society. Let's open up with the first point. I'm sorry, the second point.
Okay, this is the second point. The Watchtower Society was founded by Charles Taze Russell.
So this is the founder of the Jehovah's Witness, Mr. Charles Taze Russell. But guess what? He has some secret history behind himself. Read on.
In the 1800s, he was a documented 33rd degree Freemason.
Read that again.
He was a documented 33rd degree Freemason.
You see that? So guess what? Most of us that have come into this truth, we understand that the Masonic order is set in line to bring about mass deception, bring about chaos, bring order out of chaos.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they are the ones that's energized by the adversary, moving through all these various religions, the politics system, the whole nine, to bring about this one world system. And Mr. Russell, a 33rd degree Freemason. That means he made high level. Let's check out something that Mr. Albert Pike stated concerning a 33rd degree Freemason. Read that right there. That whole paragraph. Tell the people what you're reading from, brother.
This is the Codex Magica. Very, very good book on symbols and the meaning behind it.
So Mr. Charles Taze Russell, 33rd degree. But check out what Mr. Albert Pike, one of the chief men in the Masonic order from the 19th century.
And this is from page 39. To please their master, Right here, right?
No, I'm sorry, right here, brother.
Okay. That which we must say to the crowd is, we worship a God, but it is the God that one adores without superstition.
You see that? So he stated, yeah, we worship a God, but it's one that you don't deal with in superstition. You know what that superstition is he talking about, right? Surely you do. This. Read on.
To you, sovereign grand inspector generals, we say this, that you may repeat it to brothers of the 32nd, 31st, and the 30th degrees.
Now stop right there. He said from the 32nd, the 31st, and 30th. So the 33rd, you already knew you was going to know this because you high level. Read.
The Masonic religion should be, by all of us initiates of the high degrees, maintained in the purity of the Luciferian doctrine.
You see that in the what?
In the Luciferian doctrine.
You see that? So this brother, Mr. Charles Taze Russell, this brother right here, 33rd degree Freemason. Behind the scenes, Lucifer worshiper. He worshiped the adversary, the one that came down here to bring pure havoc upon the children of Israel and those that believe in the truth. But he taught complete madness to his followers to bring about confusion in the earth. But behind the scenes, he believed in who?
Lucifer.
The adversary, Ha-Shaitan. So that's just a little key point that you have to keep in mind when you're dealing with a Jehovah's Witness. Show them their history. Show them their founder and what he was really about. Because what do the book of Ecclesiastes say?
That which is crooked cannot be made straight.
Exactly. So what was crooked cannot be made straight. This thing was founded on complete wickedness. And we're going to see by their doctrine how much they have twisted things by the leadership of this man right here. Let's get a scripture. Go to 2 Corinthians 11 and the 13th verse. The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse 13. Now, mind you, Mr. Charles Taze Russell, behind the scenes, worshiped the adversary. But he came acting as if he was a minister of the Messiah. Yeah.
2 Corinthians 11 and 13. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers.
Deceitful workers. That's what Mr. Charles Taze Russell was, a deceitful worker. Behind the scenes, worshiping the adversary, but giving his followers something completely different. Read.
Transforming themselves into the apostles of Hamashiach.
Of Hamashiach, or as they are taught in the Jehovah's Witness sect, Christ. So he came acting as if he represented the one we know as Christ. Read on.
And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
You see that? So he worshiped Lucifer. So he knew how to transform himself into a minister of righteousness. Read on.
Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness.
You see that? So the people that follow Mr. Charles Taze Russell under the Watchtower Society thought that this man was anointed of God, of Christ. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that this man was behind the scenes a complete demon, teaching them complete falsehood. Finish that off.
Whose end shall be according to their works.
Whose end shall be according to their what?
To their works.
Exactly. Now let's get into it. Read 4.3.
4.3. Russell claimed that in 1799 mankind entered the time of the end.
Now, when we read through the scriptures in the book of Acts and so on and so forth, the apostles, the Messiah, already stated that we was in the time of the end already. How's it going to come almost 2,000 years later talking about where we're in the time of the end? Read.
And in 1874, Christ had returned invisibly, and that in 1914, the end of the world would take place.
You see that? So this is what Mr. Charles Taze Russell stated. Knowing that the scriptures tell you no man knows the day or the hour. But this man claimed in 1874, invisibly, nobody saw it, the Messiah came back and started ruling. And 1914 was the date that was going to close everything out. Armageddon would take place. Is that true according to Scripture? Is that proper according to Scripture?
Absolutely not.
Let's go to Matthew 24 and verse 25. Once again, these is keys that you should put into your repertoire. So when you deal with our brothers and sisters that come to your door, don't open the door. Have them, give them a glass of water and crack them scripts open. The book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 25.
Matthew 24:25. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth.
This is Hamashiach telling you, the Mashiach telling you. This is warnings. If they, read that again?
He says, behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth.
So he said that he in the desert, don't go. Don't even listen to what they talking about. Read.
Behold, he is in the secret chambers.
The what?
The secret chambers.
He came invisibly. Like Mr. Charles Taze Russell taught. And like the Jehovah Witnesses believe today. He came invisibly. But what did the Mashiach say?
He is in the secret chambers. Believe it not.
Believe it not. So once again, our peoples is caught up in this and they not fully dissecting these scriptures. The Messiah warned them, don't believe that mess. And why is that? Read the next verse.
For as lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
You see that? So how can they state that he came back invisibly? You understand? When you look up and see lightning in the sky, from the east to the west, you see that clear. And that's how the Messiah's coming is going to be. Just a precept for you to deal with our brothers and sisters. Read the sword point, part 4.
Sword point 4. Russell believed that these date so much that in 1879, at the age of 27, he sold his successful clothing business and began his Watchtower magazine series.
You see, that's when Mr. Russell was getting big cash. But behind the scenes, his people tell him, man, go ahead, come on, brother, do your thing, man. It's time to put that to the side. Let's get this delusion out here.
Right.
Read.
These printings dictate all major doctrines for the Jehovah's Witness members.
You see that? So when they giving you those pamphlets, when they give you certain booklets that they have as far as information, they use this as complete doctrine. This is what they fully believe. Is that proper according to script? Read the next part.
2.5. According to Russell, without his commentary volumes, studies in the scripture, one could not understand the Bible. And he also taught that if one read the Bible alone, they would fall into spiritual darkness.
You see that? You see what Mr. Russell said? Now, is that proper according to scripture? When the Most High wants to lift that veil off of your eyes to get understanding, did he tell us to go to Mr. Russell's books? Get the studies in the scriptures, son.
Right.
Did he? No, he didn't say that, and let's prove it. Let's go to Isaiah 34 and 16. This is how we get proper understanding of the Most High's word and his ways. Read that, bro.
Isaiah 34 and 16. Seek ye out of the book.
Seek out of the studies of the scriptures.
Seek ye out of the book
of who?
Of Jehovah. And read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate.
None shall want her what?
None shall want her comic book from the Jehovah's Witnesses.
We don't need that mess. You seek out of the book of the Most High, you hit them knees and ask for him to give you proper understanding. You don't need this Gentile's understanding of the scriptures to get a proper understanding of how to walk in this way. You don't need that. Finish that out.
For my mouth hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them.
You see that the Most High Spirit didn't gather the studies in the scriptures. The Most High Spirit gathered all the scrolls, all the history, all the laws, and put it in what? This, the Bible. We don't need studies in the scriptures. We need the Most High Spirit. We need the Mashiach Spirit guiding us. That's how you get proper understanding. Let's get another script on that. Isaiah 28 and verse 9. book of Isaiah, chapter 28,